Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
The following sports special is a broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR, Martinsburg. It's time for the fun of a summertime tradition with Little League All-Star Baseball. Play ball! And now, let's go to the ballpark and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good evening here from Oatsdale Park. It's time for Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10. Colin McLaughlin here for you. Cade Miller is our on-site producer. Back in the studios, Nick Verzolini. It's the Junior Division State Tournament live in Martinsburg, West Virginia. And in this elimination game, it's Hedgesville taking on St. Albans. The winner survives, advances to the game right after this one for the state championship against Martinsburg. Starting lineup we'll get you right now, quickly, for Hedgesville, followed by St. Albans. For Hedgesville, leading off, the shortstop, number 99, Clayton Elliott. Batting second, the pitcher, number 2, Cam Bragg. Batting third, the catcher, number 11, Noah Shade. Batting fourth at first base, number 22, Birdie Faircloth. Batting fifth, an extra hitter, number 00, Carter Boyd. Batting sixth, extra hitter, number 34, Kevin Blosser. Batting seventh in center field, number 9, Brady Ratchford. Batting eighth, a third baseman, number 35, Owen Walther. Batting ninth in left field, number 13, Emmett Zimmerman. Batting 10th, second baseman, number 37, Canyon Kiesecker. Batting 11th, an extra hitter, number 6, Braden Hill. Batting 12th in right field, number 3, Austin Jordan. For St. Albans, leading off, shortstop, number 11, Braden Wentz. Following that, second baseman, number 4, Bryson Sams. Batting third, first baseman, number 28, Mason Bledsoe. Batting fourth, third baseman, number 2, Ryden Morris. Batting fifth, catcher, number 7, Grayson Parr. Following that, center fielder, number 1, Reed Murphy. And pitcher, number 3, Wyatt Darbus. Following that, left fielder, number 23, Carter Euler. And extra hitter, number 10, Landon Workman. Right fielder, number 00, Colt Chapman. Rounding out the lineup for St. Albans, extra hitter, number 14, Mason Garlow. Hedgesville in the blue jerseys with the white pants and pinstripe. And for St. Albans, it's the red jerseys with gray pants. We'll now step aside, take a 2-minute break. This is Little League All-Star Baseball, Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10. Back in 2 minutes.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
The WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is pleased to announce that thoracic surgery with Dr. Shalini Reddy is now available in Martinsburg at WVU Medicine Berkeley Medical Center. Dr. Reddy has practiced thoracic surgery in the region for over 8 years and offers robotic laparoscopic surgeries for the lungs, esophagus, and more. For more information about thoracic surgery in Martinsburg, check us out online at mywvuheart.com.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Panhandle Printing and Design is your full-service local print shop.
With over 50 years of combined experience, we know how to handle all of your printing and design needs.
We can handle anything, from small business cards to wrapping large vehicles. Our in-house design team can do it all. As a staple of this community, we love helping people promote their events, businesses, and anything they're passionate about. Envision, create, and bring your ideas to life with Panhandle Printing and Design.
Here to Oatesdale Park for this Junior Division State Baseball Tournament game on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 between Hedgesville and St. Albans. Just want to remind everyone that this Little League International Tournament game is presented by Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 under the authority of Little League Baseball and Softball. It may not be rebroadcast or retransmitted without the expressed written permission of Little League International, South Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Visit Little League online at www.littleleague.org. Pre-game show was brought to you by Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Go to skinnerwins.com. Our starting lineups earlier were brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go, who to trust with your flooring needs. Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Starting battery will get you now for St. Albans, which is brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Starting battery for St. Albans on the mound is number 3, Wyatt Darbus, and doing the catching is number 7, Grayson Parr. We get ready for the top of the first inning, which is brought to you by Brown Funeral Home and Cremations. Robert Fields & Sons, proudly serving our area since 1880. The first pitch will be brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call 304-263-4343. And one more read before we can get you to the less boring stuff and more important stuff, that being baseball. But first, the weather, brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. 95 degrees right now in Martinsburg. The sky's getting a little bit dark, but here at Oatesdale Park, it looks like the rain in the area has just passed over us. So should be just a unfortunate, very humid and sticky day. But nonetheless, it's always a great day for baseball. I'm Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me, our on-site producer, Kate Miller. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini as we are set for Little League Baseball action. It's the West Virginia Junior Division State Tournament. Hedgesville St. Albans here for Game 1. Winner moves on to the state championship against Martinsburg tonight. That one's scheduled for 8 p.m. Martinsburg has the winner's advantage, which means they'd have to win one with 2 chances if necessary. And then they'd head to regionals. St. Albans warming up right now. We get to see Wyatt Darbus, a righty on the mound, getting ready to take on Elliott Bragg and Shade, the 1-2-3 batters for Hedgesville. So it looks like only a few more warm-up pitches here for Darbus, getting ready to go right after this. A little bit behind schedule, but that's all right. Just trying to get some things set, making sure everybody was good to go. Thank you for those tuning in around the state. Shout out to those in the St. Albans area watching. I know tried our best to get the link out for our YouTube stream as early as possible for those unable to make the trip up to the Eastern Panhandle. So for those that are on here, please share it out so that people can watch along with us on YouTube or tune in for our audio online at talkradiowrnr.com. Looks like we're ready to go. Darbus grabs the dirt from the back of the mound, rips the baseball in his glove. We're about ready for first pitch. That first pitch from Darbus. Breaking ball, called strike one to Elliott to begin ourselves here. 0-1 count to Elliott, the leadoff righty for Hedgesville. 0-1 high for a ball, so count now 1-1. Elliott steps out for a brief moment. Steps back in. Darbus sets the 1-1 pitch. Another one that's high for a ball, so count 2-1. Two balls, one strike to Elliott here on the top of the first inning. 2-1 pitch. It's grounded by Elliott to the second baseman, Sams, and his throw to first caught by Bledsoe for out number one. So Elliott retired to lead things off in the first. Now due up the pitcher for Hedgesville and Bragg. So Bragg up the bat now. We have a pause here. Looks like something might be wrong with one of the baseballs, so that gets checked out and a new one will be given. So that pause has concluded as the home plate umpire brings the baseball over. Here we go with Bragg up the bat. Pitch from Darbus. Misses high for ball one to Bragg. These two teams have met already in this tournament. It was Hedgesville getting a 12-2 win against St. Albans. This pitch low and away. The count now 2-0 to Bragg. Got one down, nobody on here in the top of the first inning. Scoreless between Hedgesville and St. Albans as St. Albans, Wyatt Darbus, 2-0 pitch. Inside, it misses to Bragg of Hedgesville. Count 3-0. Bragg now shimmies his bat around, making it look like he's going to bunt here on this 3-0. Pulls it back, and that's a strike. The Mr. Automatic makes it a 3-1 count to Bragg. See if Darbus is able to find the strike zone yet again. Here comes the 3-1 delivery. It's just inside for ball four. So one-out walk issued to Bragg from Darbus. That'll bring up the catcher for Hedgesville and Shade. Noah Shade up the bat now for Hedgesville. Before stepping into the batter's box, he looks down the third base line at his third base coach for the signal. Darbus' first pitch is high for ball one. Now a throw from the catcher, Parr, over to first to try to pick off the base runner and Bragg, and it's not in time. One ball, no strikes to Shade. One down and a runner on first. Runner goes. Great jump, harsh throw, short. So 2-0 count to Shade. Now a runner on second with one out as Bragg steals the bag. Darbus sets the 2-0 pitch at the shoulders and called a strike. 2-1 count now to Shade. Shade up the bat. 2-1 pitch from Darbus. misses inside for ball 3. Darbus now one ball away from issuing back-to-back walks here to the 2-3 batters in the top of the first. The 3-1, the runner goes. It's a hit-and-run situation as it's a grounder in between shortstop and third into left field, and the runner from second's going to come home to score. That makes it a 1-0 lead now for Hedgesville in the top of the first. An RBI single by Shade scores Bragg. Hedgesville on top early. That'll bring up Brody Faircloth. Got one out in the top of the first. Faircloth lets the first pitch go by from Darbus. It misses outside for a ball. A 1-0 count to Faircloth. Next pitch coming from Darbus, and that's high. Ball 2. Faircloth, the first baseman for Hedgesville, a lefty, squares to bunt, moving his bat back and forth like a fan, trying to catch the pitcher off guard and break his mindset. Darbus throws it right down the middle, and that's a strike. So 2-1 count now to Faircloth. 2-1, and that's going to be hit into left field. A fly ball, tracking it down is Euler, and he can't get there. Faircloth has a single, putting runners on the corners now in the top of the first with one down. So Hedgesville's bats have back-to-back singles here from the 3-4 batters in the lineup. Carter Boyd, an extra hitter, will now come up to the plate, trying to add on to Hedgesville's 1-0 lead in the top of the first. Darbus sets, wind up in the pitch. Boyd squares to bunt, but it's a fastball in. Faircloth will take second on the catcher's indifference and a 1-0 count to Boyd. Darbus stares down at his catcher Parr for the pitch. Now here comes that 1-0 pitch. It's a fastball on the outside part of the plate to even the count up at 1 apiece to Boyd. The runners at second and third now. Still only one down in the top of the first inning between Hedgesville and St. Albans. This pitch. Nice breaking ball, but it stays inside. The count now 2-1 to Boyd from Darbus. Darbus up over 20 pitches now as this one runs in and plunks Boyd. That'll load the bases for Hedgesville with one out. Now batting for Hedgesville will be Blosser. Kevin Blosser, another righty in the lineup. Here against Darbus. Darbus sets. First pitch to Blosser. It's high and outside for a ball. Almost got past Grayson Parr as he had to stand up and catch that one. He'll squat back down behind home plate now and get set for the 1-0 from Darbus. Into Blosser of Hedgesville. Here comes that pitch. Again, it's high for ball 2. Darbus kicks the dirt in front of the pitcher's mound to try to help his plant foot get a little bit different positioning. Now he sets on the rubber in the 2-0 pitch to Blosser. Breaking ball that goes straight to the backstop, sails behind Blosser's head. Nowhere close to the strike zone, and that's 3-0. Darbus slowly makes his way back up the pitcher's mound after getting the ball back from Parr. He's got nowhere to put Blosser. It's a 3-0 count, bases loaded, one out, 1-0 lead for Hedgesville over St. Albans in the top of the first. And the 3-0 pitch skips in front of home plate. It's a 4-pitch walk. 2-0 Hedgesville now leads here in the top of the first. He's coming home to score is Shade on the base on balls. Faircloth heads to third. Boyd heads to second. So far we've had 2 singles, 3 free bases, and a grounder to second, which led things off here in the first. Now batting for Hedgesville will be Ratchford. But first, a mound visit for St. Albans. We'll see if they make a pitching change early. It looks like they might. I see their coach talking with Wyatt Darbus and some players taking off some pieces of equipment. So, looks like we're going to have ourselves a very early pitching change. So we'll step aside, take ourselves a 30-second break for the pitching change and defensive changes as well, and then we'll return. Again, it is 2-0. Hedgesville leads St. Albans in the top of the first. This is West Virginia Junior Division Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. Back in 30.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Welcome back here to Oatesdale Park. An early pitching change for St. Albans, as our pitching changes are brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. Now pitching, moving in from left field, it's number 23, Carter Euler. So, trying to look around to see who's now in left and if there's any other defensive changes or if it was just a straight swap for St. Albans. So, Darbus done for now at 26 pitches. Only so far has gone 1/3 of an inning. Gave up 2 runs, 2 hits, walked 2, hit 1. And as the 3 runners on base would be charged to him as well if they were to come home and score for Hedgesville. So right now, can't really tell who it is in left field. Looks like the center fielder and Reed Murphy might have moved out into left, which means we have a new center fielder potentially. I believe that's the case. So Reed Murphy, the original center fielder, is now in left. I believe our pitcher in Darbus is now in center. Carter Euler continues his warm-ups. Just double-checking my lineup given to me as well to make sure that I have everything correct for St. Albans. Tough to tell who's in the outfield when you are just to the left of the press box behind home plate, but here we go. Ratchford up the bat for Hedgesville All-Star team here in the first. Euler sets with the bases loaded, in the first pitch from him to Ratchford. It's called strike 1 at the knees. So, first pitch a strike. Makes it an 0-1 count to Ratchford. Next pitch from Euler. Tries to get Ratchford to chase outside, but he doesn't, so the count even at 1-1. Ratchford, the center fielder for Hedgesville, trying to extend Hedgesville's 2-0 lead as he pops up the 1-1 pitch. It goes over the press box and out of play, so the count 1-2 now for Ratchford. So Ratchford steps back in. Righty against righty. It's Euler's pitch. In the dirt. Count now 2-2. Again, 2-0 Hedgesville lead against St. Albans in the top of the first. 2-2 count, bases loaded, 1 out. The pitch from Euler. Tipped and almost caught by Parr, but it nicks off him. Rolls over to the first base dugout of Hedgesville to keep the count at 2-2. Ratchford checks back up here against Euler. And it's a line drive down the third baseline and fouled off by Ratchford. The runners go back to their bases. It's Faircloth, the runner at third. Boyd, the base runner, at second. Blosser, the base runner, at first. Now we have a timeout called to allow Carter Euler to tie a shoe out on the mound. Euler sets now after tying his shoe. Pitch to Ratchford. High and away. The count now runs full at 3-2. Euler, first batter he's seen after coming into relief for Darbus. 3-2 pitch. Skips in front of home plate, and that's ball 4. Hedgesville now leads 3-0. That'll bring up the 8th batter for Hedgesville and Walther. It's still only 1 out here in the top of the first, as St. Albans' early struggles continue for them. Pitch to Walther. Is sent into right center field. Diving for it's the center fielder, Darbus, but he can't get it. That's going to roll towards the fence, scooped up by Chapman. 1 run is scored. Here comes the second run. It's a 2 RBI double for Walther, and the lead is now 5-0 Hedgesville here in the top of the first. Very close play for Darbus to make out in center. He went full extension for it. Just went off his glove. Tough play to make. Still ruled a hit. Now that'll bring up Zimmerman. Still 1 out. 5-0 lead Hedgesville now against St. Albans. 1 down here in the top of the first. Runners on second and third. Euler's pitch. Low for a ball. Begin the at-bat for Zimmerman. Zimmerman steps back up here. Carter Euler steps back on the rubber, checks the runners, leads at second and third. He'll now set. Pitch to Zimmerman. He squares the bunt and he pops it up. Parr makes the catch. Thought about throwing to third, but he doesn't. But that's a big out, number 2. Great job there by the catcher to immediately throw his mask back behind him and catch that pop-up. So now Kiesecker up to bat, the 10th batter in Hedgesville's lineup. 2 down, runners at second and third. Pitch, swing and a miss from Kiesecker for a strike. So 0-1 count. Euler sends. Pitch. Inside for a ball to Kiesecker. Euler wipes the sweat off his head before putting his hat back on. Very humid day here. Temperatures definitely cooled down with some clouds covering the sun here in Oatesdale. 1-1 pitch to Kiesecker. It's a hard grounder to the second baseman, Sams. The play at first going to be close. The throw in time as Bledsoe extends out, makes the catch, and that ends the inning. But it's still 5 runs to cross the plate in the top of the first for Hedgesville. We're headed to the bottom of the first. It's 5-0. Hedgesville leads St. Albans will be back in 1 minute. This is Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
I can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We welcome you back as we're headed to the bottom of the first, brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at orsinis.com. It's been a while, very long top of the first inning that saw 10 of the 12 batters for Hedgesville come up to the plate. They have an early 5-0 lead, but now it's St. Albans' turn to try to get some runs up on the board, and it'll be Wentz leading off, followed by Sams, and then Bledsoe. So we now get to see, for the first time, Cam Bragg out on the mound, starting for Hedgesville. Should be comfortable out there with that 5-0 cushion. Behind the plate for Hedgesville is Noah Shade. Defensively at first base, it's Brody Faircloth. Second base, Kenyon Kiesecker. Shortstop, Clayton Elliott. Third base, Owen Walther. Then from left to right in the outfield, it goes Emmett Zimmerman, Brady Ratchford, and Austin Jordan. I'm Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, as well as WRNR TV on YouTube. Cabe Miller's our on-site producer. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. This is game one of 2 games scheduled today here in this West Virginia Little League Junior Division State Tournament. Winner of this one plays again right after this against Martinsburg. That's scheduled for an 8 o'clock start. If Martinsburg is to win that game, they're crowned state champions. If either Hedgesville or St. Albans were able to upset Martinsburg, there'd be a winner-take-all game tomorrow. The first pitch, low in the dirt for ball 1 to Wentz from Cam Bragg to begin the bottom of the first. Wentz steps back in. Righty against righty. 1-0. Outside from Bragg to Wentz. The count now 2-0. Bragg works quickly. Sets and kick in the 2-0 pitch. Low for ball 3 as that bounces in front of home plate. Wentz struggling to find the strikes, Bragg struggling to find the strike zone against Wentz. 3-0 count to the leadoff batter in the bottom of the first. Wentz squares around, fakes a bunt. Will take the pitch for a strike, so the count 3-1. Bragg gets his first strikeout on the mound, trying to make it 2 in a row as the 3-1. There's a soft grounder to the second baseman, Kiesecker. He charges in his throw to first, not in time. So Wentz hustles out an infield single to lead things off in the bottom of the first for St. Albans. Had a very soft ground ball. It kind of just floated at knee level right past the pitcher's mound, then hit the grass and rolled in right to the edge of the dirt. And by the time Kiesecker could get there from where he's standing, his throw was not in time. The first pitch now is up to bat is Sams. It's taken for strike 1 from Bragg. Pickoff attempt over at first. Faircloth tried to make it look like the ball got past him. And just still laying there is Wentz on the ground, toying back at the first baseman, Brody Faircloth. Both kids smile at one another now. The ball's given back to Cam Bragg. 0-1 pitch. Outside for a ball to Sam, so the count 1-1. Sam's another righty for St. Albans. Runner at first, nobody out, bottom of the first. It's Hedgesville 5, St. Albans nothing, as Sam's grounds this one to the third baseman. Walther is throw to second, not in time. Again, great hustle by Wentz, beating the throw to the bag. The second time he's had to do that to earn that bag. So runners at first and second now, nobody down. Bragg steps off the mound, turns around, and fakes a throw to second. Now up to bat, big man in Bledsoe. First pitch from Bragg, low for a ball to Bledsoe. Runners on first and second for St. Albans. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. This popped, foul by Bledsoe. That runs the count to 1-1. Bledsoe steps back in. Next pitch from Bragg, another one fouled off, out of play by Bledsoe. Count 1-2. Pause for some new baseballs to be brought over to the home plate umpire, and here we go. 1-2 count to Bledsoe, the pitch. Just inside from Bragg, so the count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners first and second for St. Albans. 2-2 pitch. That's a high fly ball. It's going to stay in the ballpark. Running into the center fielder, and it's going to hit off his glove. A throw to third, not in time, and it's an error by Brady Ratchford. That load the bases now with nobody out for St. Albans in the bottom of the first. Ryden Morris now up to bat. Timeout's going to be called for Hedgesville, who has a 5-0 lead against St. Albans here in the bottom of the first. But now St. Albans threatening. Nobody out. Bases loaded. Hedgesville's coach going to shoo away his infield. He just wants to talk to his pitcher only, Cam Bragg, out on the mound. Having a one-on-one conversation. You don't always see that. Typically, when you see a mound visit, that infield will come in and also get a few words, but this is short and brief and just for Cam Bragg only. Mound visit concludes. Morris will jog his way down the third base line after talking with his third base coach. He's ready for his at-bat. Cleanup batter in St. Albans lineup. Turns his bat around, making it look like he's going to bunt, but pulls it back as the pitch comes down, and it's at the knees for strike one. So no balls, 1 strike to Morris. Lefty with the bases loaded here against the righty and Bragg. This pitch outside, the count now 1-1 to Morris. So far, you've had back-to-back singles, followed by an error by the center fielder. 1-1 count to Morris. Bases loaded, nobody out. Pitch from Bragg. Grounded off home plate down the first base line, and it's going to just tail. Foul at the very last second before Brody Faircloth could catch it. So the count 1-2. It's probably smart there by Faircloth to let it go. Yes, he would have had the easy out at first, but it also would have easily scored the run. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Morris up the bat. Shade setting a little bit high. This 1-2 pitch at the belt, called strike 3 to Morris, who goes down looking for out number 1. Now up the bat will be Parr with 1 down and the bases loaded. Parr whiffs through the first pitch for strike one, a breaking ball from Cam Bragg. Next pitch from Bragg, fastball high. Noah Shade jumps up, snags it. Count now 1-1 to Parr. Parr up the bat with the bases loaded. The pitch from Bragg in the dirt. That's a ball. 2-1 count now to the catcher for St. Albans. The sun starting to peek out through the clouds here in Oakesdale Park in Martinsburg. Bragg sends the 2-1. Above the head of Parr for ball three. Again, bases loaded for St. Albans, the 3-1. That's called strike two on the outside corner. Count now full to Parr. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch from Bragg. Grounded to the shortstop, Elliott trying to turn 2. He throws to 1. Over to first. In time, a 6-4-3 double play ends the inning. Great defensive work by Hedgesville. And it remains 5-0. Hedgesville after 1 here against St. Albans as we're headed to the second inning on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
I can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
Yeah, welcome you back here to Oakesdale Park for this West Virginia Little League Junior Division Baseball State Tournament. So we're headed to the top of the second inning, which is brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit them at burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. It's 5-0. Hedgesville leads St. Albans after 1. St. Albans had an opportunity. They threatened with nobody out and the bases loaded in the bottom of the first. But Hedgesville was able to get a strikeout by Cam Bragg for the first out, and then a 6-4-3 twin killer to end the inning and leave the runners stranded. Now due up for Hedgesville will be the 11-12-1 batters here in the second, in Hill, Jordan, and Elliott against Carter Euler out on the mound for St. Albans. And we have a pause here. We had an initial pause because of a national anthem that was being played at an opposite field to delay warm-ups. And now warm-ups have been delayed even farther because of the catcher for St. Albans, Parr, just now coming out behind home plate after getting his equipment put on him. Nobody else went out to warm up Carter Euler. So Euler only gets 2 warm-up pitches, I believe it looked like. That one that he just threw, and now one more. So we'll see if Euler has any trouble here this inning or not because of the lack of warm-up pitches. He came into relief for Wyatt Darbus after Darbus only could go a third of an inning against Hedgesville. Here comes Hill against Euler. First pitch from Euler to Hill. Inside and just nicks off Hill. Oh, it's a leadoff hit by pitch.
Now batting number 3, Austin Jordan.
Now up to bat, Austin Jordan. Runner on first, nobody out. Euler sets. Runner goes. It's the pitch. It's a hit and run. That's a pop-up right over the head of the first baseman, Bledsoe. And now runners on the corners with a hit-and-run situation and nobody out. That almost looked like it was going to just somehow, some way be a lucky break for St. Albans and be playable for Mason Bledsoe at first, but he was in due to the size of Jordan. Didn't think that Jordan was able to pop it up over his head, and that's exactly what Jordan did. You just look over at first base, and Jordan's half the size of the first baseman, Bledsoe. But now we focus on the batter and Elliott at the top of the lineup. Flipping over, he grounded out to second his last time up. Runner goes, catcher's indifference, as that's strike one to Elliott in his second at bat. His runner's now at second and third for Hedgesville. 0-1 count to Elliott. Carter Euler on the mound, sets, looks at the runners. Now the kick and delivery. The ball high to even the count up at 1-1 to Elliott. Elliott and the 1-1 count. Trying to extend Hedgesville's 5-0 lead here in the top of the second against St. Albans. Euler's pitch. The fly ball straight to center fielder Wyatt Darbus, and he'll make the catch. Send a throw home. That's going to hit right in front of the pitcher's mound and not quick enough home to get Hill out, so it's a sacrifice fly that scores Hill. Jordan stays put at second, and a 6-0 lead now at the top of the second. Hedgesville leads St. Albans. So one down, runner at second. Now up to bat is Cam Bragg. Carter looks over at the runner at second. Now sets. Bragg's going to call a timeout as he didn't like how long Euler was taking out on the mound. Jordan, the base runner at second for Hedgesville. Bragg up to bat. Euler sets. First pitch to Bragg. That's a pop-up. Shallow center field. Running in is Darbus. They'll make another catch, and that's out number 2. Now 2 outs with the runner on second. Stepping up again will be Noah Shade. Shade with an RBI single his last time up. First hit of the evening for Hedgesville. Hedgesville leads St. Albans now 6-0 here in the top of the second. Carter's pitch misses away for ball 1. So Euler sets now on the rubber here against Shade up the bat. 1-0. Hard grounded foul down the third base line. Count 1-1. Got 2 outs here in the top of the second. It was a 5-run first inning for Hedgesville. Now a 1-run second inning so far. Opportunity to score more. A runner on second. This pitch misses high from Euler to Shade. Count 2-1. Shade steps back in, the righty against the righty on the mound, and Euler for St. Albans. It's 2-1 pitch to Shade in the dirt for a ball. Skips past the catcher, Grayson Parr, and Jordan will trek his down way to third base on the pass ball. That one just skipped right in front of home plate and then off the chest protector of Parr over towards the on-deck circle of Hedgesville, in which Faircloth is standing at. So 3-1 count. Oilers sets. Here's the delivery to Shade. That's above his head as he ducks underneath it for ball 4. Base on balls puts Shade at first. 2 outs, runners on the corners now for Hedgesville. Brody Faircloth, the lefty, now coming up the bat.
Number 2, Cam Bragg, in as a courtesy runner.
Cam Bragg's going to courtesy run for Shade. So I wonder if that means that Bragg's day's done on the pitcher's mound. Not sure how those rules work or not. Pitch to Faircloth. He'll take. Throw to second. Bobbled by Wentz, but the runner at third stayed put. Shade didn't think there was going to be a throw down. He was just trotting his way down from first to second and saw the throw coming, so he had to pick up his pace. But the throw was short. 0-1 count to Faircloth as the 0-1 now popped up over towards this third base dugout and hits off the roof of the third base dugout. Count 0-2 to Faircloth. Again, 2 out. Top of the second inning, it's Hedgesville 6, St. Albans nothing. Faircloth had a single his last time up to the opposite field. Runners at second and third take their leads. The pitch. It's called strike 3. Faircloth doesn't believe it. That's out number 3 to end the inning. So it's 6-0 after 1.5. We're headed to the bottom of the second. St. Albans coming to the plate on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Mother Shuckers. Fresh Florida stone crab straight from the boat to your throat. Blue crabs, king, snow, Dutchness, all available year-round. Try and find that anywhere else around here. Homemade soup specials every day. Mother Shuckers is located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Mother Shuckers, we have an opinion. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Come on over to Mother Shuckers.
John's Pool Supplies, your local one-stop shop for all of your swimming pool needs. Located at 237 Eagle School Road, John's Pool Supplies has over 30 years of experience and a large selection of products, services, and supplies for your pool or hot tub. From custom liner installation and pool inspections to free water testing, call John's Pool Supplies at 304-267-2000 or go to johnspoolsupplies.com.
Welcome back here to Oakdale Park. Bottom of the second inning is brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect. Offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. 6-0. Hedgesville leads St. Albans. Due up for St. Albans. It's Murphy, Darbus, Euler, 6, 7, 8 batters in its lineup. Excuse me. Murphy up to bat now. Lefty here against Cam Bragg. First pitch. A strike 1 to Murphy. No balls, 1 strike. Bragg sets. Next pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2 to Murphy. He chased 1 low. Lefty steps back in now. Bragg sets. And this pitch on the outside corner and called strike 3. Reed Murphy gets caught looking for out number 1. The second strikeout of the evening for Cam Bragg. Both go down looking. So now up to bat is Wyatt Darbus. Bragg sets the pitch to Darbus. Behind him for ball 1. Darbus steps out. Steps back in now against Bragg. Bragg's 1-0. Misses high for a ball. So 2-0 count now to Darbus. Darbus now squares to bunt. Jimmy's the bat. Pulls it back as the pitch is low for ball 3. Bragg steps behind the mound, now steps back up on the rubber. 3-0 count to Darbus. And that is high and in, a 4-pitch walk with 1 out. Darbus drops his bat and heads on down to first base. That's Carter Euler now up to bat. Now it looks like we're going to get a new pitcher quickly here for Hedgesville as head coach for Hedgesville makes his way out of the dugout along with, it looks like, a new pitcher in Boyd. Number 00 is going to head out there. And it looks like we're going to have some defensive changes as well. So we'll step aside and take ourselves a 30-second break for the pitching change. It's Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 30 seconds.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
We welcome you back here. Pitching changes are brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361. Is now pitching for Hedgesville is Carter Boyd as Bragg's day is done on the mound for now. Bragg goes 1 1/3 of an inning pitched, only giving up 2 hits, along with so far no runs. He struck out, it looks like, 2 batters and walked only the 1 in that last at-bat to Wyatt Darbus. He's the base runner at first. As Euler be up to bat here against Boyd. It looks like Bragg stayed in the game. I believe that's him at second base. First pitch from Boyd. High for a ball to Euler. I believe we have a new left fielder as well. The next pitch skips right past the foot of Euler and straight to the backstop. That's ball 2. Taking second base is Wyatt Darbus on the wild pitch from Carter Boyd. So 2-0 count here to Euler. Boyd sets. Euler squares the bunt, pulls the bat back. That pitch is high for a ball. A 3-0 count to Carter Euler. Carter against Carter. It's the 3-0. It is a strike. Count 3-1 to Euler. A 1 down, bottom of the second. It's Hedgesville 6, St. Albans nothing. 3-1 pitch. It's low for ball 4, so back-to-back walks issued by Hedgesville. Runners now at first and second. 1 out. Now up the bat, number 10 is Landon Workman. Workman squares the bunt. First pitch inside from Boyd for a ball. As Workman had to sway away from that one. Make sure it didn't hit him. Square to bunt again here against Boyd. Boyd's pitch is high for a ball. The count 2-0. Boyd being told to calm down from his coaches in the dugout. Too well high for a ball. Count 3-0 now. Got one out, runners at first and second. St. Albans one ball away from having the bases loaded again. They had that in the first, but were unable to score any. That was with no outs. As this pitch way outside, it's ball four. It's a 4-pitch walk, back-to-back walks issued by Boyd. As the bases now are, in fact, loaded for St. Albans yet again. And up the bat will be Chapman. Infield for Hedgesville going to come in now. As Boyd talks with his catcher, Noah Shade. Chapman comes up to bat now. Looking into his dugout. Chapman squares the bunt, the pitch from Boyd. Right down the letters for strike one. Boyd settles in on the mound now. 0-1 pitch. Fouled off by Chapman, just nicking it. Goes straight back to count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases loaded. It's Hedgesville 6, St. Albans nothing as we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. St. Albans up the bat. Boyd's 0-2 pitch. Gets Chapman to chase. And with the bases loaded, Chapman was running down first, and he couldn't because the base is occupied. So that's just a swinging strike 3. As Hedgesville's coach is yelling out, making sure Noah Shade, the catcher, did not try to throw down to first because it wasn't needed. So 2 outs. And up the bat, Garlow. First pitch to him is strike 1. Garlow taps his bat on the base, or home plate, excuse me. 0-1. He swings through for strike 2. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 0-2 count. Boyd sets. The 0-2 pitch, high for a ball. Tried to get Garlow to swing at one out of his eyes, and Garlow keeps the bat on his shoulders. Count now 1-2. Boyd's pitch in the dirt for a ball. It goes to the backstop, but the runners stay put. Count now 2-2 to Garlow. Boyd takes his time before going back on top of the mound here for the next pitch to Garlow. He sets, 2-2 pitch. Just high for ball 3, so Garlow has battled back. Count full at 3-2, and he dropped his bat, and now he's confused. He doesn't know what to do. The count's 3-2. He wanted to go down to first, and then realized that he couldn't. So then he went into the batter's box without his bat, and then turned around and got his bat, and here we go. 3-2 pitch. Catches the outside corner and called strike 3. Garlow down on strikes. 3 runners stranded as the side is retired, keeping it Hedgesville 6, St. Albans nothing. So we're headed to the third on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I like the layout of the course very much. I think it challenges the low handicappers and is very playable for the mid and high handicappers.
All different levels can play on this course.
I think it challenges you from the get-go.
And the first tee program here is one of the best, if second to none. It is the best in the state of West Virginia.
The men have a league, the women have a league, the kids have things going on. Like, it really is kind of the whole package here at Locust Hill. Everybody's very welcoming.
Love the folks here that play golf, but a lot of great relationships and friendships with people here.
You know, sometimes you can only judge a course by their members. We have a great core membership here.
I was able to build some fantastic relationships here, and that's why I've been here for 30 years. When you join any club, you're joining to play golf, but you're really paying for the experience. And the experience here at Locust I found to always be a good time and a fun affair.
To schedule a tee time, become a member, or see upcoming events, visit www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call us today at 304-728-7300.
We welcome you back here to Oatsdale Park, all of us trying our best to stay hydrated here on this muggy, warm evening. Things slightly have cooled off, but still pretty hot here on this summer day in the eastern Panhandle. So we head to the third. It's Hedgesville 6, St. Albans nothing. It's our top of the third inning. Brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Boyd, Blosser, Ratchford. 5, 6, 7 batters are due up to begin this third inning for Hedgesville. So Carter Euler against Carter Boyd. Boyd sends a very soft grounder past the falling pitcher off the mounds, and Carter Euler goes to the second baseman and Sams his throw to first in time for the out as Boyd tripped over the bag and now is very slow to get up. Looks to be okay now, walking under his own power. He kind of collided with the first baseman Bledsoe, who has a limp, but one pitch, one out. 4-3 ground out, retires Boyd. Now up to bat is Blosser. It'll be interesting to see how much that affects Carter Boyd, as he's now the pitcher for Hedgesville. Euler sets. Line-up kick and the pitch to Blosser. There's a soft grounder right back to the pitcher, who runs forward, throws to first, and that's 2 pitches for 2 outs. So this time it was not a soft grounder that Euler had to go to his left to try to get, like the last one in which he kind of dove for awkwardly and missed. This time it was almost a swinging bunt that he just had to run straight off the mound to grab and throw over to his first baseman, Bledsoe. He's now batting. It's Ratchford. Ratchford will take the first pitch for ball 1. It's a 2 down, nobody on here in the top of the third. 1-0 count to Ratchford as the pitch. It's a check swing, and that's just a pop-up. Diving for it's the third baseman, Morris. He can't get it. The shortstop grabs it from behind him, and once his throw to first gets past Bledsoe over to the fence, and on the throwing error, Ratchford will take second base. So an infield single, followed by an error by Wentz. Puts the runner at second with 2 outs. It's Walther now up to bat. Carter Euler staring intently at their base runner at second before setting in the first pitch to Walther. And that is skied up in the infield, straight to the shortstop, who will make the catch to retire the side. So quick inning there. Only saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pitches, 4 batters, and 3 outs in the third. With no runs, it remains 6-0. Hedgesville leading St. Albans as we're headed to the bottom of the third. On the other side of this 1-minute break, it's the Little League All-Star Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
We're back here at Oatesdale Park. Bottom of the third inning we go, which is brought to you by the team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for home in the tri-state area, they have you covered. It's 6-0. Hedgesville leads St. Albans in this one. Winner plays immediately after this. Well, maybe not immediately, depending on what time this game ends, as the next game's scheduled for 8 o'clock right here. It's Martinsburg in the winner's bracket, waiting for the winner of this elimination game for the state championship in the junior division. Leading things off here in the bottom of the third for St. Albans is the top of the lineup, Wentz, Sams, Bledsoe. Carter Boyd up to bat, or no, on the mound against Wentz. My apologies. It's the first pitch. Low and away for a ball. 1-0 count. Next pitch. Inside it misses and slightly high. Count 2-0. Wentz singled his last time up and was stranded at third in the first inning. As he fouls off the 2-0. That would have been ball 3, it looked like. It was high and awkwardly reached out and just got a piece of it. The count 2-1. Wentz steps back in here against Carter Boyd. Boyd, 2-1 pitch. That is popped up over towards the first base dugout and way out of play. Count 2-2. Good to see Carter Boyd out on the mound. Doesn't look any worse for the wear during his at-bat last inning. He kind of collided with Mason Bledsoe, the first baseman for St. Albans, and both were kind of limping afterwards. Is this a hard grounder in between first and second into right field on the 2-2. Wentz. It's a leadoff single to begin this bottom of the third inning for St. Albans. So Wentz now 2 for 2 on the day, both with singles. So now up to bat is Sams. Boyd looks over his shoulder, over at the runner at first. Sam squares the bunt. The runner goes. He pulls the bat back, and the runner goes back to first. He recognized that he wouldn't have made it to second. That pitch called a strike to Sams. The 0-1 from Boyd. That's a high pop-up into shallow right. Right on the edge of that grass is the second baseman, Cam Bragg, and he'll make the catch, calling off his right fielder that was charging in, Austin Jordan. That pop out is out number 1. Now batting Mason Bledsoe. Bledsoe reached base on an error his last time up. First pitch, a fastball low and skips right in front of Noah Shade to the backstop, and that wild pitch will allow Wentz to take second base. 1-0 count to Bledsoe. 6-0, Hedgesville leads St. Albans, bottom of the third, 1 out, runner on second. Boyd on the mound for Hedgesville, the 1-0 pitch. High to Bledsoe for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Pitch. Outside for a ball. It's a 3-0 count now to Bledsoe. See if he has the green light down 6-0. Way he's standing, it looks like he doesn't. He lets it go by. And that's outside for ball 4. So 4-pitch walk puts Bledsoe at first base, which means there's runners now at first and second for St. Albans. One out here in the bottom of the third. Now batting will be Morris. First, a timeout, and it looks like we might have another pitching change for Hedgesville. Would be the third pitcher for them. I'm waiting to see who. Boyd goes 1 1/3 inning as well on the mound. It looks like it'll be Brody Faircloth heading to the mound now for Hedgesville. But first, we'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is the Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 30 seconds.
WVU Medicine introduces Walk-In Wednesdays. The Human Resources Department at the WVU Medicine Corporate Center in Martinsburg will host Walk-In Wednesdays every Wednesday in July. A WVU recruiter will be on site 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to answer questions about positions available and assist those who submit applications via Workday. The WVU Medicine Corporate Center is located at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Stop by to learn why employees who work here thrive here.
We welcome you back here to Oatesdale Park. So we are in the bottom of the third inning. It's Hedgesville 6, St. Albans nothing, as we have another pitching change for Hedgesville, as our pitching changes are brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. It's now pitching for the Hedgesville Junior Division All-Star team. Moving over from first base, number 22, Brody Faircloth. So Faircloth moves from first to the mound. There's runners at first and second with one out here in the bottom of the third. Morris is due up. Waiting to see what other changes we have, because there's been a good bit. I believe we have a new center fielder out there for Hedgesville.
At the plate for St. Albans, number 2, Ryden Morris.
Still trying to figure out who that is in the left. And then got to write down quickly who's at first. And at the same time, got to follow Faircloth's first pitch to Morris, which is outside for a ball. So now at first base is Kevin Blosser, as Morris pops this one foul down the third base line over towards the coach's little box, and it's caught by the third baseman Owen Walther for out number 2. And that'll bring up Parr.
Stepping to the plate, number 7, Grayson Parr.
Parr's last time up is the one that grounded into the 6-4-3 double play. And he lines this one into left field. Running in is the left fielder who makes the catch for out number 3. So 2 runners stranded by St. Albans. As it looks like I finally figured out who our left fielder for Hedgesville is. That is Brady Ratchford making the catch out and left for that final out. And we'll step aside, take a 1-minute break. After 3, it's Hedgesville 6, St. Albans nothing. We're back in 1 minute on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
We're back. Sun's out at Oatsdale Park. And our top of the fourth inning is brought to you by Farmers and Mechanics Insurance. Reliable coverage since 1877. Call 304-263-0809 for a quote today or visit them at fmiwv.com. It's 6-0. Hedgesville leads St. Albans after 3 here in this elimination game. The winner moves on to take on Martinsburg later tonight. Martinsburg, if they win, would be crowned the state champion, move on to regionals. If Martinsburg were to lose, there'd be a winner-take-all game tomorrow. Due up here in the top of the fourth for Hedgesville to lead things off will be the 9, 10, 11 batters, Zimmerman, Kiesecker, and Hill. Oilers' first pitch to Zimmerman. Misses up and away for a ball. A 1-0 count now. Zimmerman stretches out before stepping back in the right-handed batter's box here against Oiler. 1-0. The fly ball skied into left center field, and the center fielder Wyatt Darbus will make the catch for out number 1. Now Kiesecker up to bat here in the fourth. Kiesecker 0 for 1. He grounded to second in the first. Kiesecker rolls the sleeves up here for this at-bat. Trying to catch some rays here as the sun's out. Get a nice tan while playing some ball. And I'll let the first pitch go by. That's ball 1. As Kiesecker steps back in. 1-0 count. Pitch. Called a strike. Count now 1-1. Oilers' next pitch. Grounded by Kiesecker down that third base line. It stays fair. Long throw across the diamond by the third baseman. Morris is going to pull the first baseman Bledsoe off the first base bag and still go past him. And that rolls over towards the fence and allows, Kiesecker to take second on the error. So 1-out single followed by an error by the third baseman. So runner at second. 1 out. Bottom of the fourth. Hill up the bat. Oilers pitch to Hill. He squares to bunt. And it's placed just down the first base line. And that is an infield single. As Carter Euler, the pitcher, didn't come off the mound quick enough. So runners on the corners now with 1 out here in the fourth for Hedgesville.
Stepping to the plate, number 3, Austin Jordan.
That'll bring up Austin Jordan. Jordan singled his last time up on 1 pitch. That was the blooper over the head of the first baseman Bledsoe, who's right now right on that first base bag, covering the bag. And a runner at first, and Hill wanted to already take second, but a time is called in between batters, so he has to go back. He can't take second if he wanted to just yet. So again, runners on the corners, 1 out here in the fourth. Euler looks over at first now. Runner goes as the pitch is a hit and run, and that's in between first and second into right field. A run will score. It's the ball just now being thrown in, and it's 7-0 Hedgesville leading St. Albans now here in the fourth.
Top of the order here, number 99, Clayton Elliott.
It's now Elliott back up to bat. Looks like we're going to have a Potential time called. Make sure the runner stay put. Euler sets. Pitch to Elliott. Runner at first goes. Elliott just stands there, lets it go by. And stealing second is Jordan. So now with the one out, runners at second and third. As that pitch was a ball to Elliott, so the count 1-0. Elliott had the sac fly his last time up. As this pitch misses for ball 2. So 2-0 count to Elliott here in the fourth. Oilers 2-0 is called a strike as Elliott lets that one pass. So the count 2-1 now. Hill, the runner at third. Jordan, the runner at second for Hedgesville, who leads 7-0 here in the top of the fourth. And Elliott's going to call a timeout and step out of the box here against Carter Euler, who was staring at their base runners. Felt too long for Elliott in between pitches, so he resets, and here comes the next pitch. He's going to line that one right back up the middle, just past the pitcher. One run will score. The second one coming home. The throw wild. Elliott now is going to head to second. And it's 9-0 Hedgesville here in the fourth against St. Albans. So, an RBI single scores Hill. And then a throwing error moves Elliott to second and allows Jordan to score. It's now up to bat Cam Bragg with one out and the runner at second here in the fourth. Still only one out. Euler steps off, puts the runner back at second as he fakes the throw. Bragg so far today has walked and flew out to center. Euler's first pitch. Breaking ball that breaks away from Bragg. He takes it for ball 1. Euler on the mound. The pitch. Runner goes. It's high and in for a ball. And stealing third is Elliott as Parsh throw to Morris, not in time. 2-0 count now to Bragg. Here in this 3-run fourth inning to make it 9-0 Hedgesville. Pickoff attempt over to third. And now caught in a rundown's Elliott. Throw to the catcher, Parr. Softly thrown by Morris, so Elliott runs back to third, slides in as Parr's throw to third, not in time. So 2-0 count still for Bragg. Euler picks up the ball off the dirt. Will slowly make his way back to the pitcher's mound. Elliott wipes himself off after that. Bragg steps back in. Euler sets. 2-0. Bragg lines into center field, and it's down for a hit. Darbus' throw going to be cut off. Elliott comes home to score. And Hedgesville now leads 10-0 here in the fourth. RBI single for Bragg with one out here in the fourth as Noah Shade up to bat. Euler sets and now throws over to first. Trying to pick off Bragg, but Bragg very close to the bag, so he just has to take a few steps over to step back safely. Euler's pitch, runner goes. Pitch outside for a ball. The throw to second, short. Almost bounces over the shortstop Wentz's head. As Bragg takes second base. A 1-0 count to Shade. Shade standing in there now against Euler. Staring at the runner at second, thinking about maybe throwing back. He doesn't. This pitch, low and behind par. He couldn't find it. His throw to third off target. As Bragg recognized that Parr lost the ball, so he steals third base. 2-0 count to Shade. Shade now will step out of the box. So we have a timeout called to allow Bragg to get some dirt off of him and for the third base bag to be brushed off of dirt as well. Bragg now limps over. It looks like maybe tweaked a little bit of his leg there, going after that bag. 2-0 count to Shade. Again, steps out, just 100% make sure that his teammate and Bragg at third, so A-OK. And here we go. 2-0 count. Euler sets. Pitch to Shade. Misses inside for a ball. Count 3-0. Shade is an RBI single and a walk to his name today. Trying to reach base for a third time. The 3-0. Right at the knees and called a strike before breaking. Count now 3-1. Shade steps back in. 3-1 pitch. There's a grounder down the third baseline, and that's going to score Bragg as the throw to first. Caught by Bledsoe for out number 2, but now it's 11-0. Hedgesville leads St. Albans in the fourth. So now Brody Faircloth up the bat. So base is cleared now. 2 outs in the fourth, 11-0. This pitch outside for a ball. The next pitch, soft grounder, right back towards the pitcher. He's almost going to run into his catcher, Parr, who took it. And Parr's throw to first is in time to beat Faircloth to the bag for out number 3. But it's a 5-run fourth inning for Hedgesville, and they lead St. Albans now 11-0. This is Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth after 1 minute.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back to Golden Nation Buffet. I'm Ryan Smetzer, and I'm so excited to show you guys the endless selection of sushi right here in our restaurant. Here at Golden Nation Buffet, they have got the finest selection of rolled sushi. Our chefs prepare with only the freshest ingredients to make sure that you have the best sushi experience imaginable. So come on over to Golden Asian Buffet and check out their finest selection of incredible and fresh sushi. We'll see you soon.
We welcome you back, entering the bottom of the fourth inning as Rick Kozlowski is the Journal trying to give me a little bit of a jump scare, staring me down right in front of us here. So our bottom of the fourth brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to fordofhagerstown.com. Appreciate the work, as always, that Koz does for the Journal. Unfortunately, he wasn't taking a picture of my mug here, covered in sweat. Shade kind of disappearing a little bit on the legs, but upper body covered here next to the third base dugout. As due up for St. Albans is Murphy Darbus Euler again, just like the second inning. The first 2 pitches from Faircloth make it a 1-1 count to Murphy. Murphy struck out looking his last time up. Pitch from Faircloth. Swung through by Murphy. Count now 1-2. It's 11-0. Hedgesville leads St. Albans here in the bottom of the 4th inning in this 7-inning ball game. However, there is a 10-run mercy rule after 5. It's Faircloth's pitch. Outside for a ball, so the count 2-2. Pitch called strike 3 on the outside corner. Murphy goes down looking again tonight. That's out number 1. Now up to bat's Wyatt Darbus. Darbus here against Faircloth now. Darbus is only at bat. It's a base on balls. It's pitched low from Faircloth for ball 1. Way high for ball 2 to Darbus from Brody Faircloth. Faircloth sets. 2-0 pitch to Darbus. Fastball at the letters and called a strike. Down 2-1. Darbus steps out for a brief second before stepping back in here against Faircloth. 1 down, nobody on, bottom of the 4th. This pitch swung through by Darbus. He makes contact. It's a soft grounder to the second baseman, Bragg, and his throw to Blosser at first is caught for out number 2. So 2 down. Now up the bat will be number 23, Carter Euler. Faircloth. Everybody waiting for Darbus to jog back to the dugout here on the third base side. Faircloth. Pitch low to Euler for a ball. Next game going to start at 8 o'clock no matter what, just overheard for those wondering. This pitch from Faircloth outside to Euler for a ball. Martinsburg in the winner's bracket waiting for the winner of this one, which as of right now looks to be cross-county opponent Hedgesville, who leads 11-0 here against St. Albans in the Junior Division State Tournament. Count now 2-1 to Euler. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Faircloth sets, and the 2-2 pitch. That is popped straight up in the infield. The catcher gonna get it. That's Noah Shade making the catch. It's 3 up, 3 down. Goes St. Albans quietly here in the bottom of the 4th. And after 4, it remains Hedgesville 11, St. Albans 0. This is Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. We're back in 1 minute.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
We welcome you back. Quick correction for Hedgesville. Making that last catch, now catching for Hedgesville. It's actually Hill behind the plate. So we're headed to the top of the fifth, which is brought to you by L.A. Roberts Jewelers, committed to excellence in quality design and craftsmanship, located at 146 North Queen Street in Martinsburg. 11-0, Hedgesville leads St. Albans. Due up for Hedgesville, Boyd, Blosser, and Ratchford, the 5, 6, 7 batters for the fifth here against Carter Euler of St. Albans. I'm Colin McLaughlin here for you on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me is my on-site producer, Cade Miller, and back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. The West Virginia Little League Junior Division State Tournament. State Championship will be at 8 o'clock, Martinsburg, waiting for the winner of this one.
Top of the fifth inning, Hedgesville 11, St. Albans 0. Standing at the plate for Hedgesville.
Carter Boyd was hit by a pitch and has grounded to second so far today. Euler talks with his infield before the first pitch. First pitch, low for a ball. A 1-0 count to Boyd. So Oilers 1-0. High to Boyd for a ball, so the count 2-0. We've seen Boyd pitch for a bit today as the 2-0 inside for a ball. Count 3-0, so he went 1 1/3 of an inning. A 3-0 count to Boyd. Oilers pitch. Misses outside. It's a 4-pitch walk to begin the top of the fifth for Hedgesville. That'll bring up Kevin Blosser.
Now batting number 34, Kevin Blosser.
Not sure how much more pitching St. Albans has. So we saw Darbus start, but he only went 1/3 of an inning. Since then, it's all been Carter Euler, and I don't know off the top of my head who, but I know 5 pitchers coming into this game for St. Albans were ineligible. Oilers pitch. Runner goes. The pitch low to Blosser for a ball. Skips off the catcher Parr. Boyd takes second. Blosser steps back in here against Euler. Euler checks the runner behind him. Now sets. Pitch to Blosser. It's high for a ball. That's 6 straight balls to begin the top of the fifth. Euler out there for St. Albans. Looks around. Now sets. 2-0. That is a high fly ball to left field. The center fielder extends out, and he makes the catch. Wyatt Darbus has out number 1. Everybody in the third base dugout of St. Albans yelling for him to throw to third immediately after, as he had to take a few steps to gather himself before doing so. So tagging up and heading to third is Boyd. It's a 1-out runner on third here in the top of the fifth. Ratchford up the bat for Hedgesville. Pitch from Euler. It's high for a ball to Ratchford. A 1-0 to Ratchford, who has walked and singled so far today. And he lines this one to the shortstop. It's going to skip past him off the dirt into left center field, and it's 12-0. Now Hedgesville extends its lead against St. Albans. RBI single for Ratchford puts him at first here in the fifth. And now up the bat is Walther. Not Walter or Waller. Walther. W-A-L-T-H-E-R. Euler sets the pitch inside for a ball. Runner goes. The throw from Parr. Not in time. Ratchford steals second. 1-0 count now to Walther, who is 1 for 2 today. He's doubled in his first at-bat and then popped out to short his last time up. Euler sets. And the pitch. High and outside for a ball. Almost looked like a pitch out to see if the runner from second was trying to head to third. He did not. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here at the top of the fifth. Hedgesville leads by 12-0. Time called by Walther to step out of the bag. Or, excuse me, out of the batter's box. This pitch, high for a ball. Count now 3-0. It is a strike right at the knees to Walther, so count 3-1. That just floated its way home. Euler smiles down now, gets his pitch from his catcher, Parr. The 3-1. There's a grounder in between first and second into right field. Walther has a single, putting runners on the corners now, with 1 out here in the top of the fifth. The 11th hit of the evening for Hedgesville. And Zimmerman now up to bat. Now it looks like first that's going to be the end of the day on the mound for Carter Euler. Potentially. Waiting to see if they're going to take the ball out of his hand or if they're going to just try to calm him down and have him come for 2 more outs. A lot of emotion right now, as you can see, for Carter Euler out there. His team down 12-0, down to final 3 outs for them unless they can muster up some offense. So Euler gets a whole bunch of high fives around, and that is going to be the end of the day on the mound for him. He's going to get a high five from Hedgesville's coach as well. Good handshake, and from some Hedgesville players too. We'll step aside, take a 30-second break here during this great sportsmanship by Hedgesville as they lead St. Albans 12-0.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com. We welcome you back here. New pitcher on the mound for
St. Albans, as your pitching changes are brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Call them at 304-263-3361. Now pitching for St. Albans, Cole Chapman, the right fielder, moves to the mound, and the pitcher and Euler moves out to right field. Due up now will be Zimmerman for Hedgesville when we resume action. Zimmerman is 0 for 2 so far today. I believe the only one, as of now, yet to reach base at any point for Hedgesville. Everybody else has either via base hit, single, or base on balls, or hit by pitch. Any other way you can think of, other than a catcher's interference or anything else. I believe Cole Chapman have at least one more warm-up pitch. He's going to get talked to first about, I think, a bracelet or something. Not sure. Nope, looks to be all right. Second base umpire just wanted to give him a little bit of something. Maybe just to remind him that there's runners on the corners, I think, because he did point in those directions, and there are runners on the corner, so that's my educated guess. Runner goes from first as Zimmerman hits this one over towards the third baseman. He'll throw across the diamond. It skips and goes past Bledsoe to the fence. The error will let a runner in Zimmerman reach first safely, as Ranchford came home to score, and Walther will head to third, and Kiesecker will head up the bat. At the fourth error I have listed down for St. Albans. First pitch to Kiesecker, sails high for a ball. You have one out, runners on the corners, 13-0 Hedgesville. Lead St. Albans here in the fifth. So this pitch to Kiesecker is ball 2. Two-0. Misses from Chapman for ball 3. Now 3-0 count to Kiesecker. Chapman steps back on the rubber on top of the pitcher's mound. The 3-0 pitch. It's outside for ball 4. 4-pitch walk will load the bases now for Hedgesville. And that'll bring up Hill. Hill was hit by a pitch and has singled today. Both times he came home to score. He has an opportunity for a few RBIs. It's the first pitch behind him, and it jumped out of the way, or tried to jump in the way, but either way it misses his body for ball 1. One-0 from Chapman is a strike. The count now 1-1. One. Big swing and a miss for strike 2 as Hill was ahead of that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chapman, an opportunity here for out number 2 if he can get another one. Hill's ready to go. 1-2 pitch. It's called strike 3. Hill goes down looking to throw to first. Bledsoe wasn't ready, and that just rolls all the way into the outfield. 1 run will score. Second one will score. And after a strikeout that was out number 2, Hedgesville was still able to score 2. And that's 15-0.
Now batting number 3, Austin Jordan.
Now up to bat is Jordan. First pitch is a ball. One-0. Outside for ball 2. Runner at third. 2 out. Pitch high and outside for ball 3. Chapman takes a bit off of it to locate it. Right down the middle for a strike. Count now 3-1 to Jordan. Jordan's 2 for 2 today. Both singles. 12th man in the lineup. 3-1 is high for ball 4, so he now reaches base all 3 times. He gets to go up to the plate. Puts runners at the corners with 2 out. And Elliott comes up the bat. Runner goes from first to second as the pitch outside for a ball to Elliott. 15-0 Hedgesville leads St. Albans here in the 5th. This one grounded down the third base line. Morris throw to first, reaching out is Bledsoe, and in time for out number 3. So that ends the inning. It is 15-0. Hedgesville leads St. Albans as we're headed to the bottom of the 5th on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
Can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
WVU Medicine introduces Walk-In Wednesdays. The Human Resources Department at the WVU Medicine Corporate Center in Martinsburg will host Walk-In Wednesdays every Wednesday in July. A WVU recruiter will be on site 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to answer questions about positions available and assist those who submit applications via Workday. The WVU Medicine Corporate Center is located at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Stop by to learn why employees who work here thrive here.
We welcome you back. Bottom of the 5th inning is brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go, who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Hedgesville comfortably sitting at a 15-0 lead against St. Albans here in this elimination game. 3 outs away from an opportunity against Martinsburg at 8 o'clock tonight for the state championship. If Martinsburg wins, Martinsburg loses, state championship winner-take-all game tomorrow. Bragg Shade Faircloth up the bat. My apologies. I did not flip my lineup card over yet. I was looking at Hedgesville. Workman, Chapman, Garlow. There we go. Been a long game, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies. Count 1-1 to Workman. Make sure to get some energy and some food into me for game 2. Don't worry. This pitch low for a ball. Count 2-1 to Workman now from Faircloth out on the mound, trying to end the day of game, or end game 1, not end the day, but end the day for St. Albans at least. 2-1. Fouled back by Workman to count 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Workman, who walked his only at-bat that he's had today on 4 pitches. This is pitch number 5 of this at-bat. 2-2. Curveball that misses. skips off the dirt, which came back and landed on my scorecard. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Getting a little souvenir here for me. Next, we'll need a souvenir for Cade. It's the 3-2. Outside ball 4. Lead-off walk for Workman in the bottom of the 5th. Puts him on first.
Now batting number 10.
And now that'll bring up Chapman. First, we're going to have a timeout. Now, it looks like we might have another pitching change potentially for Hedgesville. Our coach comes out slowly with a few gloves, so he's going to hand them around to his players. And it does look like we're going to have a pitching change. So we'll step aside for the pitching change and take the 30-second break. It's Hedgesville 15, St. Albans nothing. Little League All-Star Baseball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
We welcome you back here. Pitching change brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg with your total insurance solutions at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. Moving from third base to the pitcher's mound is number 35, Owen Walther. Moving from the pitcher's mound to first base again, number 22, Brody Faircloth. Moving from first base to third base is number 34, Kevin Blosser. It's 15-0 Hedgesville leading St. Albans. It's Hedgesville on the verge of moving on for a matchup against Martinsburg in the winner's bracket at 8 o'clock tonight. We'll have coverage of that game for you as well. Do our best to get that YouTube stream out right after this game. Nick, if you can, I'm talking to you directly here after the game. If you can copy and paste that link into my Facebook post that I already have, that would be great and greatly appreciated by everybody trying to tune in. Chapman up the bat now. With the runner on first here in the bottom of the 5th and nobody out. First pitch from Owen Walther to Chapman is outside for ball 1. Next pitch from Walther. Runner goes. It's high for a ball. Shade is back. Catcher. He does not throw. Count 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Runner at second. Nobody out. 15-0. Hedgesville leads St. Albans. Walther sets. Pitch to Chapman. Fastball. Catches the corner for a strike. Count 2-1. Chapman up the bat. Garlow on deck, and then they have the opportunity to flip the lineup over. This pitch called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Chapman. Chapman steps back in here against Walther. Walther steps off the mound. Didn't like the feeling out there. With the runner at second base behind him. 2-2. Outside, gets past the catcher's shade. The runner and Workman heads to third on the pass ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Chapman. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Chapman for out 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Now up to bat, Mason Garlow. First pitch low for a ball. One ball, no strikes. 1-0. Swung and a miss. Count 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Garlow up the bat for St. Albans. Runner at third. And a swing and a miss. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Garlow steps back in. Walther loving it out on the mound, trying to get another strikeout. Here comes that 1-2. And he catches him looking. Garlow goes down on strikes for the second time today. Back-to-back strikeouts. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th now. It's Hedgesville 15, St. Albans nothing. St. Albans down to its final out here in the bottom of the 5th. So Wentz now up the bat. Pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Called strike 1 to Wentz. Wentz 2 for 2. Both hits singles today. Owen Walther sets. 1 pitch. Popped up over our heads and out of play. Foul. Count now 0-2. So St. Albans down to its final strike. Wentz steps back in. Runner at third. Timeout called by Wentz. Walther taking his time out on the mound. Home plate umpire going to dust off home plate before the 0-2. Runner at third for St. Albans. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball high. It's right off the backstop and comes straight back to shade. Count 1-2. A 1-2 count. Wentz against Walther. 1-2. Grounded to the shortstop. Elliott is throw to first. Scooped, not by Faircloth. Looked like he had it, but it just came out of his glove. So the error will allow Wentz to take first and a run come home to score. And that makes it 15-1. We have a pause here, it looks like. Wentz slow to get up. He's favoring something on his leg down that first baseline. So we'll step aside, take a 30-second break for the injury. It's 15-1. Hedgesville leads St. Albans. This is Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10. Back in 30 seconds.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory.
I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack. Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory.
I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack. Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley.
This is okay. He's going to stay in the game, be the base runner over at first. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. It is now Hedgesville 15, St. Albans 1, as the runner came home to score on the throwing error to end the shutout bid for Hedgesville. Runner goes as the first pitch, a strike to Sams. Wentz takes second on the steal. A 1 count to Sams. Sams single and a pop out today. Walther sets. Sam's going to call time. Both reset. The 0-1 popped foul. The runner was going on the pitch. He has to head back to second. Count 0-2 to Sams. Walther gets a new ball. He looks over to his dugout for the pitch. And no balls, 2 strikes to Sams. Already steps back in here against Walther. Runner at second goes, the 0-2. Outside for a ball. So the runner steals third. Shade made it look like he was going to throw to third, but decided not to. 1-2 count to Sams. One, 2. Way outside for a ball. Count 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Sams steps back in here against Walther. You can tell is very tired out on the mound and potentially dehydrated. I thought we were about to have a scene out behind the mound that people needed to look away from, but he's able to hold it in. 2-2 pitch. Grounded foul down the third baseline. Walther wants a new baseball after that foul ball. You can tell he's getting drained out there. 1 pitch away from ending it so he can get some water. Or he can just call time and ask for water. Nobody's going to blame him. It's hot out. It is muggy. There's no clouds close to cover the sun beating down on us here on this 90-degree day in Martinsburg. The 2-2 pitch. Almost takes the head off of Sams. It's ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes, and we're going to have a timeout called, it looks like. And here comes the water. The water for Walther. Save him. As you can tell, he's clearly dehydrated or something out there. He needs that water. It's 15-1. Hedgesville leads St. Albans with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. We're just waiting, ladies and gentlemen, for this game to come to an end. You have the 10-run roll after 5. Hedgesville just has struggled to put it away and end St. Albans' tournament. St. Albans not going down without a fight. They've been able to tack on 1 this inning on the throwing error. Now it's a 3-2 count to Sams. Sams takes his time before stepping back in here against Walther. And here's the 3-2, and that hits the shoulder and then the helmet of Sams. So he'll take first base. He's okay. And now up to bat will be Bledsoe. Everybody trying to check and see if Walther's good to stay out there. He's going to go over to first base to make sure Sams is okay, as that grazed his shoulder and then went to the ear hole. He's being examined by his coach. Walther going to give him a little high five. Nothing intentional there, but good sportsmanship to still go over and check on him. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Bledsoe up to bat. He walked his last time up on 4 pitches. He's reached base on an error by the center fielder as well. Both times he got stranded at first. Walther on the mound for Hedgesville. Big swing and a miss from Bledsoe for strike 1 as Sams takes second on the catcher's indifference. So now runners on second and third with 2 out. Time called. Bledsoe steps out and then quickly steps back in. 0-1 count to him. Walther's 0-1 pitch. Called strike 2 on the outside corner. So St. Albans yet again down to its final strike. Can Walther do it for Hedgesville and send them to the next game against Martinsburg at 8 o'clock? No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from Walther. Outside for a ball. Tried to get Bledsoe to chase, he didn't. One ball, 2 strikes now with 2 out. Walther sets. 1-2 to Bledsoe. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bledsoe down on strikes. Walther strikes out the side, and that's the ball game. Hedgesville gets the win in 5 by a final score of 15-1 against St. Albans, and Hedgesville is headed to the state championship here in the junior division against Martinsburg. Martinsburg has 2 opportunities, if needed, to win only 1, and that game will come here at 8 o'clock tonight. So don't go anywhere. We'll take a little bit of a break in between games to give us time to set up for it. But that'll wrap things up for this game. Just trying to calculate a few stats here to give you as our post-game show is brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard with a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Looks like you had 1 walk and the 1 hit by pitch that inning. 3 strikeouts. So St. Albans, 1 run on 3 hits. And the 2 errors by Hedgesville. St. Albans stranded 2, 4, 6, 9 batters in the game. For Hedgesville, it was 15 runs on 3, 4, 5, 9, 11 hits. And I had St. Albans down for 2, 4, 5 errors. And Hedgesville had 2, 4, 6 left on base. Player of the game for Hedgesville, trying to kind of look here and see who I should give it to. An all-around performance for Hedgesville out there, getting this 15-1 win. Just looking up and down the lineup to see who stands out, and I think I'll give a player of the game here to Jordan. He reached base 3 times, had 2 singles and a walk, so player of the game goes to Austin Jordan. That wraps things up here for this one. Again, 8 o'clock, Hedgesville Martinsburg, state championship. If Martinsburg wins it, if they lose and Hedgesville wins, there'll be another game tomorrow. That wraps things up here for Nick Verzolini, Cade Miller. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off for this one. Hedgesville 15, St. Albans 1. We'll be back at 8 o'clock for the next game on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
We thank you for listening to live play-by-play coverage of Little League All-Star Baseball. Little League All-Star Baseball is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR, Martinsburg. All rights reserved.